Curse of the Brimstone, #1, Justin Jordan Wright and Philip Tan. I had no idea what this was beyond Burning Man.
And not the festival where people do way too much drugs. And
No.
You
Burning
say
Man.
way too much.
And the style of I mean, if you want to call this DC's Ghost Rider, I mean.
So how was it? Because I've been skipping these unless it's something that I really want to read.
I really don't care about this book. Even after reading it, I'm like, that was a book.
I was hoping for, I don't know, some more articulation as to the why.
I don't feel you need more articulation. That tells you everything. It's an old coal town that's gone to shit because coal's a dead industry. The factories that came after have gone as well because all that's dead industry now as well.
Is it set in that burning town that looks like Silent Hill? You guys heard about this?
No, I've heard of it. I've seen some photos of it. Is this the one where there's a fire under the?
Yeah, there's a fire. One of the coal mines caught on fire, and it's been burning for like the last 30 years. And the town had to be abandoned.
Yeah, so apparently you can cook an egg in the pavement no matter where you go.
See, that sounds cool, but no, it's not that.
It's not that,
no. No, it's just like an old coal industry town, basically. Yeah, but it's all dying.
It's deserted. The main character's having money troubles. His dad's having money troubles. His sister's having money troubles. His sister's working as a waitress, far too many shifts to pay for her education because she's trying to be a nurse, and there's all this going on. And basically, the whole issue is him whining about how horrible his town is and how they've got no hope. And at the end, burning Ghost Rider Man basically makes him the deal to give him. He doesn't even realize what he's doing, but he basically accepts this deal. And at the end of the issue, becomes DC's Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Basically, this guy comes along and says he's like this government agent, and they're looking into,
to be fair,
fixing everything.
The first scene with this agent guy where the cop pulls him over, I thought was fairly effective. That was the scene I liked. I liked that scene.
Yeah, it feels similar to the judge from the Nightwing arc, where he's kind of like, okay, what do you want? And the cop is he says, oh, you're kind of content with your station, so I can't really offer you anything. So
yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just have to kill you instead. That'll have to do, because there's a guy who's got ice powers.
Yeah, it was intimidating. He had presence. He was intimidating. I thought it was creepy. I don't want to throw the whole thing under the bus completely, but I have to admit, it felt like another slog to get through. It was very wordy. I thought. I was just kind of like, oh, come on, guys, give me a nice.
Yeah, I've seen Justin Jordan, who's the writer, talking about it, the idea of DC. No one looks at the small town, the coal industry, or all that sort of stuff. All the Rust Belt stuff, because it's everyone focuses on the cities. It's we wanted to tell a story that would be a bit different. And
but couldn't you do that over at Vertigo? Does it have to be set in the DC continuity? Who's going to show up here?
I don't necessarily think that's his choice, though. I feel like he pitched them a book and they said this will go in the New Age line.
Probably.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm
only
saying.
thing that even references the rest of the DC universe really is that they mention how the people who they care about the cities like Metropolis and Gotham. They don't care about here, and he's wearing a Superman shirt.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this all just feels like they were trying to capitalize on a change that wound up not happening. Something out of Metal was supposed to change things, and then I guess Snyder got Justice League, and now that's what's taking over where this was supposed to.
Oh, no, I don't agree with that, because Snyder's been supposed to be doing Justice League for a long, long time. That's been in the works for over a year.
I mean, all the name change and stuff, it just feels like this is going to be going away in a couple months, and then it'll be a memory.
Honestly, I thought the biggest problem with this line is that they sold it to me as the artist books, and then they're just changing the artist every 3 issues, so it's it's not really.
The Terrifics will stick around, and maybe Sideways as a character, and maybe even Brimstone. I don't know, but it doesn't feel like it has lasting power.
I just don't understand why this is part of this line in the sense that there's no reason. This doesn't exist because of Metal. This guy, maybe we'll find out later. This guy came out of a dark multiverse, and that's how it connects to Metal. But at least seemingly right now, there's no fallout. Sideways got his power because of the mountain in Gotham. Terrifics happened because they were all involved in Metal and the dark multiverses and so on.
Which is why I think that's why the name changed. They were at first they were like, oh yeah, Metal, and they were like, do you know what? Not enough of these connect. let's change it to New Age DC Heroes and make this the artist line, which is how they promoted it. But it's just not, and it feels like, okay, here are just some other books, some of which might be good, some of which aren't particularly. This kind of falls into the middle ground where it's not a bad issue, it just kind of feels like it's not really giving me anything new. I mean,
I still like the Dark Matter. I don't know why they had to change that. 'Cause I think that would have
It's an
been
easier
fine.
title. It just works better.
Yeah.
it does.
But you know, I'll give all the issue ones a fair chance, and I'll see if they grab me. This one, I didn't hate this, but it didn't leave me with like, oh, I need to read. You know, I need to find out what this firepower is going to do next issue.
Yeah, I'm probably not coming back for 2.